Sitting down right now. Well, that's an old joke, huh? Todd standing, sitting here at a sushi bar in Vancouver. I'm in Vancouver, Canada, and happy to do my live show today. Been in an area. I'm out in an area where there's been lots of sightings and lots of Sasquatch stuff going on. I haven't seen anything at all, and yeah, I'm interested. You know, I always do a great show with you guys. You guys always have fantastic, amazing questions, and I'm waiting for questions to come because, man, I could talk. There's Susan. How you going? There we go. Crypto investigator. Greetings. Good day, gentlemen. Blue Star. So, what are we going to talk about? So, winter is coming. That means court time. But I'm also doing post production. Hey, Lindsay. Hey, Frank. Hey, John, DJ. So I'll be working on the Mason Witt Savannah cooperation. Hey, Mason. I'll be working on the California Bigfoot movie and court case and Discovering Bigfoot Part 2. And yeah, I'd love to post the 8'9" high tree snaps. 8'9" high tree straps. Well, if you want, this is Wake Up Jeff. Yeah, I'd like to look at them. I'm pretty good when it comes to tree breaks. I see pictures of tree breaks. I think I can really identify decently whether they're legit from Bigfoot, most likely or not. People sent me tracks. I got a track from the Sierra, Nevada Sierra today, and tracks are so hard. I think, you know, tracks are so hard by photograph. I need to be there, boots on the ground, and have a look at things. And people send me tracks all the time, and I love track evidence. Please keep sending it to me. But it's so hard for me because, you know, you can scrape stuff out of the ground, you can dig it up. I don't know. The reality of a track is so organic, and I just need to be there to see them. But keep sending me those stuff. There's my man Phil. How's it going? Let's see some more questions. Hi, Elizabeth, cryptozoologist investigator, part of a lake I live in close to got drained. In the aftermath found potential Sasquatch tracks. Part of a lake I'm close to got drained, so it was drained out, and then in the aftermath you found potential Sasquatch tracks. Well, I'm assuming you're saying after the lake was drained there was some soft bedding and you found some Sasquatch tracks, because I hope you're not saying that the lake was drained and you found Sasquatch tracks in the in the mud that were there while the lake was up, because if that's the case, man, that's going to be really tracks. Gosh, you know what? I have to say this. I couldn't even imagine what a track would look like. Actually, I could. I've seen bear tracks and moose tracks in little water areas. You know, you get little runoff areas, or just even still spots that are by a creek where an animal's walked and you can see them. So yeah, that'd be very interesting. You know, I'd like to, you know, what's the email? Bigfootencounter@gmail.com. Can you send me those? I'd like to have a look at that. I'm very curious because I've never, I don't know if I've never seen a Sasquatch track or even heard of somebody getting a Sasquatch track in water that's not flowing. So that could be really interesting. I'd be interested in that. It's going to be similar to what we call a washout, where a human being will walk in snow and then it'll melt and wash out and make this big, huge looking Sasquatch track. When it's not, it's just a guy that was in boots, and when it washes out, it has a tendency to do that and look like that. So, Wake Up Jeff, hello sir, Northwest Ontario. Are there Sasquatch in the Okanagan? Absolutely, yes. There's Sasquatch in the Okanagan. I'm just deducing that based on native folklore and people that I've talked to in the Okanagan area. Actually, I'll say this. So this is from B space ASCH. The judge, I don't know if I was saying this. This is really confidential, but anyway, I'm going to say it because I started it. I wasn't supposed to talk about this, but there's a judge who's going to help me with my Sasquatch case, and that's where he and another colleague of his saw a Sasquatch. I've seen this a lot because they have those houseboats on the Okanagan a lot. And on one side, often on one side of the Okanagan, or a lot of areas people go to, it's really not accessible by vehicle unless at all. So the only way you can get there is by boats, and there's not a lot of people there. So, but there's been a lot of sightings with people from houseboats and stuff. And the terrain, you're going to have Sasquatch there. I've seen how remote it is. They're all through British Columbia. They're going to be from, where I do my research in radio all the way across to the coast, to Victoria. So, hey, Andrew, Frank White, do you ever see the dead fetus of Pison, Arizona? Thoughts, please. The guy sold it for 6 figures to the state. Really? I have no idea what that is, Frank. So, and it's funny how it's hard to, somebody sold it for 6 figures. I heard people say rumors about me selling my footage and my evidence for big numbers and big money, which is totally false and fraudulent. That's never happened. So, yeah. Hey, Soak, is this Mammoth White Sylvanic? We meet again. SoCal Forest Ninjas is on here. How you doing, guys? Hey, Steve. Do you ever get the feeling that regardless if anyone goes with you, you feel the need to visit certain ones again? Do you ever get the feeling that regardless if anyone goes with you, you just feel the need to visit certain ones again, certain Sasquatch again? So Steve, what I would respond to that question is, if you're talking about certain ones, like certain individuals, I have no control over who's coming. It's all up to the Sasquatch. They do what they do. I'm not able to predict who's going to come out or do things. When they arrive, I can recognize particular individual behaviors. And, actually I have had individuals keep coming around, particular individuals, but it's really not something that I have control over. They're the boss out there. They make the decisions. And so Tristan is asking me, why can't you try to communicate with them? I do. Yeah, I want that. Hey, Amanda, how's it going? Amanda is Cephisaurus. I don't know why she calls herself that, but that's my girl, Amanda. Yeah, I always try to communicate with them. What's your suggestion, Tristan? I'm up for suggestions. This is a discovery process. I need to try new things, otherwise I'm going to keep getting the same results. So, good afternoon, Todd. Listening and learning. Thanks, Stefan Janspansky. I'm sorry I'm horrible at pronouncing names. Go back and get some more footage. Thanks, Daniel. I want to do that. In fact, unfortunately, this year, that's really a huge goal of mine, and I'm working on that. So, yes, ma'am, we do emailed Amanda, but haven't gotten a reply yet. Okay, that's from SoCal Forest Ninjas. He's emailed Amanda. I'm sure she's on it. I'm sorry right now. Things are really crazy for me, so I'm going to have a bite of ice cream. Sorry, I'm at a restaurant. Just had sushi. So I got raw fish in my belly. Should be a good show. So there's Amanda saying, hey, everybody. Hello from Brooklyn. That's so cool. That's so cool, people from all over the world. And Brooklyn, New York. What's up, New York? Never been. And I would be less afraid to go to an Amazon jungle than I would to New York City. Is that hilarious? So, thank you. Yeah, I think that's so funny. I'd rather go anywhere. I'd rather go to Africa and sleep outside with the lions than go into New York City, especially the Bronx. Well, no, it's not especially the Bronx. I apologize. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I know Bronx is a tough area. I have friends. I hear stories, but yeah, I think that's hilarious. So, Todd, I've got some great Bigfoot decals. I can send you free samples. Let me know. I'm interested. I should start having that kind of Bigfoot stuff on my website, statues and decals and stuff. Just go to bigfootencounter@gmail.com, and I'll give Amanda my address to send stuff to. So yeah, I have that stuff. I'm not going to put that address up publicly, but I'll give it to Amanda. Amanda just asked me for that. If somebody has to send me something, Amanda will be happy to have a look at it and accept that and talk about it. So, hey Todd, nice to see you. Lots of sign this week in my hunting spot. Really? That's Okanagan Mike. Didn't I just have a question a minute ago about are there Sasquatch in the Okanagan? And then I get Okanagan Mike come on and say, yes. Hi there, going to a meeting in Qualamont, 22nd, 23rd. Cool. Is that the Qualicum Beach? That's from North Olympics. If he's talking about North Olympics as in the Olympic Peninsula, I freaking love that place. It's in Washington State. Oh my God, I love the Olympics. That's such a gorgeous spot. I can't wait to get back there in 2020. I also found a ton of clam shells shattered around an area. So if it was Sasquatch, that could be reason it came around. For clams, yes. And I don't know much about Sasquatch busting up clams. I don't have the research I've done. It's never been along the shores like that, ever. So I don't know. See, when you go into a new, even I don't do coast. I haven't done coastal stuff so much. When you get into a new area like that, I got to figure out what every reason for busted up clamshells could be. Bears, otters, I don't know. Do they break from hailstones? Like, you really have to be good at this research and to really be authentic. You're gonna have to know what a deer rub looks like, so you don't mistake that for a Sasquatch scratched up tree, because I did that on Survivor Man, right? So, and you'll learn things and forget, because there's so much to learn out there. You forget, you get excited, you get overzealous. I was in a spot where there was tremendous Sasquatch activity, and I saw a deer rub, and I assumed it was Sasquatch, and that was a mistake. But it happens. I get overzealous, I admit it. You know why I get overzealous, though? Because holy hell, the expeditioners will tell you, I've worked freaking hard. It's bloody hell difficult to get a Sasquatch to come around in Sasquatch success. So when you're definitively getting that, you get pretty freaking overzealous. I mean, ask, Bob Gimlin, or not Bob Gimlin, how about John Green or Renee DeHinden or Grover Krantz, how excited they would get. Peter Byrne, if they had Sasquatch stuff happen. And they spent decades of their life without getting any success. Ask Jeff Meldrum how excited he was when I showed him a Sasquatch after 3 days being out with me. So, Todd, do you think Bigfoot was taught about race, like the native was careful about the white man, or just intent? Well, I think with the Sasquatch, they're gonna, I don't know so much about race, but they're just gonna know the difference between people that are really civilized and people that are, have those wilderness tendencies in them. I think with them, it's a scale of, they're going to immediately recognize how wilderness savvy you are, what a good tracker you are, how you're identifying, looking for squirrels, how you're walking in tracks and pointing at, there's a mountain lion, there's a bear, there's elk over here, looking at scat. So with them, it's not going to be, in my opinion, it's not going to be about race at all. It's going to be about your wilderness IQ, and as masters as they are, they're going to pick that up right away. So that's my opinion. That's something I see. Even they're going to see, but there's also going to be something else that they're interested in too. Is what's the word I'd be looking for? Like naive beauty, love. So maybe that's hard to explain, but I hope you understand. So what's another question? So I'll be saying, hi Amanda, how's it going? G'day from I love the South Australia. Are you kidding me? Hey, Sammy Chicken. Sammy Chicken. How's it going, my friend? Welcome to the talk here. Brooklyn, New York. Daniel, what's up? So we're Australia. We got UK. We got New York. Isn't the internet so cool? There's Frank. All over Canada, the United States, people calling. So, Todd, have you seen Pennsylvania white Bigfoot, and do they shed this white hair? Pennsylvania, I think I have. And in my opinion, I don't think, if it's the one I think it is, it's kind of looks like a Ku Klux Klan kind of head. In my experience, I've never seen a Sasquatch that looked anything like that. I could be wrong. Could be real. I'm going to say that from now on too. In my opinion, I'm leaning towards it being not authentic, but I could be wrong. So I've been wrong before, I'll be wrong again. Many, many times. I'll be wrong 3 times today with things that I'm doing. Not necessarily on this show, but I'll go the wrong way to the bathroom. I'll turn the key, put the wrong key in the ignition. I get wrong all the time. I make mistakes. That's why they put erasers on pencils, right? So have you seen, that's the one, have you ever tried to put game cameras up? You should totally do that. I do that all the time, Roland. And I've talked about it many, many times. The Sasquatch are probably watching me put the damn game cameras up. So, in case you're wondering, yes, I have a video on the drained lake where it walked around the area. Okay, so the lake was drained, then it walked around the area. Man, that would be, as long as the bedding wasn't too soft, It's so hard to get the right substrate for tracks, especially with a Sasquatch when they're so heavy and they're bipedal and only have 2 feet. Like a bear is quadrupedal, they're 4 feet. And a bear that weighs 600 pounds, you literally divide that by 4, right? So when you have a Sasquatch who's 600 pounds, you divide it by 2 and you're getting much more depth. So most often, the terrain is just not going to be correct. It's going to be too hard or too soft. 99% of the time, in my opinion. And here's Okanagan Mike saying they're definitely Sasquatch in the Okanagan. And I strongly agree with that. I'm very convinced they'd be there. I mean, I have to even say absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. So, yeah. Hey, Frank, says Amanda. Hi from New Jersey. You people are awesome. Mid-South Sasquatch. So the mid-southern United States. Hey to you. Hey, Todd, saw your Finding Bigfoot episode. They were pretty dismissive. Yeah, don't worry about that. That was a long time ago. So, and they were more than pretty dismissive. They were, what's the word I'm looking for? Incredibly dishonest, exceptionally deceitful, and yeah, it was awful. What they did behind the scenes and what really happened was pretty disgusting. So, yeah. Oh, what's this? Would love to see it. Oh, bigfootandcut@gmail.com. Thank you, Amanda. Sasquatch Hunter, Arizona. Nice. AZ, Arizona. How you doing? Arizona, New York, Australia, United Kingdom. Who's next? Southern U.S., Okanagan. I'll be doing a day investigation this Sunday in my research area. Well, Mason, sincerely, wholeheartedly, good luck, sir, and thank you for committing yourself to this research. I'm from the northeast part of the United States near Appalachian Trail, and I believe I've seen one there. I've seen a bipedal animal, and it wasn't a bear. Oh yeah, and what you look for with a bear, as opposed to a Sasquatch. I mean, moving bipedally is a big deal, but some bears I've seen that have like damaged front legs. They get in a car accident or something happens, they break front legs. They'll walk on 2 legs. So now you got to look for a flat face from the side profile, no ears on top of the head, shoulders broader on top than below, like wide shoulders, thinner hips, right? So longer legs, significantly, like the legs will be as long as the upper body. So a bear is not like that at all. The legs are much shorter. So it's all these little definitive things that you really got to look for. Make sure that you're absolutely definitive, because seeing a Sasquatch is such a big freaking deal. It's huge. If you've eyewitnessed one, man, that is amazing. Congratulations. Fantastic of you to have done so. When am I going back out? In, what time is it? In an hour? I came in to do the show. So I'm going right back out, guys. I'm in my camper right now. They only allow you to see them. And you know what? Mid-South Sasquatch, that sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Because, man, I think, yeah, you're right. They only allow you to see them. I mean, it's totally correct. This is something that I look for when I'm looking for an authentic person, where, you say things like that, and it sounds like you really know what you're talking about. I'm not going to lie. There's many things that I hear people say that I call it BS right away. I saw a 24-inch truck. They were, 14 feet tall. I find that stuff very hard to believe. Behaviors that I find very hard to believe. I walked up on him and shocked him and surprised him. I find that very hard to believe. And it's the accumulation of truth or BS. Do you know what I mean? So someone comes at me and says, hey, they only allow you to see them. I saw them running, and there seemed to be a half a track. And then, I see a tree break, and then I see they walked wide as the half track, and then straight in line as they walked. That's all Sasquatch stuff. That's all real legitimate. And I can go on and on all day about the legitimacy of someone who's really seen them, as opposed to someone who's just BSing me and trying to get famous or have their 15 minutes of fame or whatever it is, So, yeah. Adam Simmers, where's about from in the tri-state area? So you guys are just checking on each other. Hey, again, Amanda. Todd, where does Sasquatch go during the hard driving 2-day rain? Good question. Hard driving 2-day rain. And that's such an excellent question. And the answer is I absolutely don't know. I think they just, what I would assume is they go to a comfortable, drier spot, right? Because primates don't like rain. The amount of sightings and interactions I've had during rain are really, really horrifically low. So And when you study chimpanzees and gorillas and orangutans, they hate rain. They don't come out in the rain. They do nothing in the rain. Gorillas will damn near starve themselves during the rainy season because they just don't want to do anything. Because they really dislike the rain. Because we don't have, all of us primates, including human beings, Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, gorillas, and chimpanzees and orangutans, we have hair, and water gets right to our skin. We don't have those layers of fur, and that's why it's appropriate for us to stay out of the rain. So, Todd, did you ever hear about their hair lacking chemical animal humans have, which seem reasons to camouflage so well? Did I ever hear about their hair lacking a chemical animal, and humans have, which in the reason? Sorry, I'm having trouble reading that. Which is why they I think they just camouflage so well, just because they're so smart. They know how to move. I mean, I've seen them talking about camouflage. Like I've passed on information I've witnessed in a Sasquatch to ghillie suit snipers, and they're like, "Holy crap, we're working on that stuff. We're trying to do the same thing." And that's how ahead of the curve the Sasquatch are. So, this is from Sammy Chicken. Do the Sasquatch in your area resemble Jake? If you're asking me, Sammy Chicken, the Sasquatch in my area are brothers and sisters and fathers and uncles of Jake. So absolutely. I haven't seen Jake in years now, which sucks. I haven't seen any sign of Jake this year, which is very disappointing. But we'll see how it goes. And I had a prediction that he was likely gone. And if you saw the show, I was really upset when I came to that conclusion. So, somebody's having a birthday. Sorry. I'm going to keep going on here, though. So have some of those. First little break of the day. Continue with the questions here, y'all. As always, you guys are amazing. Your questions are fantastic. Thank you very much. Am I froze up again here? What's going on? Okay, I'm just going to keep reading. Silly questions. What would Bigfoot burgers taste like? That's silly. Todd, have you ever seen any pregnant Sasquatch or really migrate south during winter? I've never seen a pregnant Sasquatch at. We're back. Good. Back for sure. Okay. So I'm just going through Chris Legit. It's the truth. I must have been drunk and down some Patterson film rabbit hole that led me here. Not knocking you guys, just don't think there's Bigfoot. Well, thanks, Chris Legit. I don't think there's Bigfoot either. I know there's Bigfoot. So, thank you for your opinion. I've been trained and I've worked with the most elite wilderness experts in the world, which are the First Nations people and the Native Americans. They're the best of the best that have ever lived, Chris Legit. And I've never met a Native person or a tracker or an outdoor expert that had real serious backcountry experience that hadn't had an encounter or didn't know Sasquatch was absolutely real. So Chris Legit, that's the legit reality. People that really know, they really know. People that have really been out there and really given her. Sorry, that's a Canadian thing to say, but we know they're real. We don't think, we don't believe, we know it. They're out there, they're real. So, but thank you for your opinion. I'm sure you are a good city boy or you've got a little bit of hunting experience, but I've spent most of my life tracking and studying the wilderness, and I know they're real. So, Todd, have you ever seen, pregnant Sasquatch? We did that one. So, California, and just some people, we don't want, you know what? Yeah, and you know what? Chris Legit is entitled to his opinion. No worries. I respect your opinion. You know what? Chris Legit is in the majority. Most people think we're crazy. So he's just telling us a little bit about pop culture, and I appreciate his. Todd, does Sasquatch ever chest beat like a gorilla? Man, that's a good question, Andrew. I think the day that the Sasquatch beat me up a little bit. Sorry, it's getting really loud in here. I'll keep this right on my mouth. Hopefully everybody can hear me really well. The day the Sasquatch beat me up a little bit and dominated me, and I think we're even maybe doing like an acceptance thing for me into the troop of Sasquatch. This happened years and years ago. I think they were chest beating. I say I think because they couldn't look up at him. What was happening was they were potentially initiating me into the group by showing me that I was the subordinate to everybody, slapped me around a little bit and beat me up a little bit. And then when they were done and I was eating grass or whatever vegetation was on the ground, just putting it in my mouth and chewing it, showing a calm behavior. I think they put their foot on me and I heard and then they ran off. So it was like they were dominating me. I felt like a foot on me. Again, I couldn't look at him because I'd have got my ass beat. You don't look in the eyes of an individual who's beating your ass like that. And I was getting hurt too. So it was painful. It was no joke. But yeah, I think they were chest beating. So just, and you know what? It sounded a lot like a gorilla. It was like, it sounded like that sound that a gorilla makes, almost like a gorilla has like an open hand. It sounded so much like that. It was very vivid. And it was like foot on me, and I heard the and then they bolted off. Each one of them. They took turns doing it to me. So I'm a Ouija First Nations native, and I grew up in the bush. I don't need any question what I've seen and heard. So there you go, right? Like First Nations man, native, and you know what? He'll tell you too. This is from Wake Up Jeff. I bet you he'll say his parents know, his grandmas know, his brothers know. We all know. Scotland? Are you shitting me? That's so cool. Sorry, I'm not allowed to say swear words. I apologize. Are you pooping me? Scotland, New York, Australia. Nice. All over the US, all over Canada. Are there Bigfoot in SoCal, California? Well, that's something you ask SoCal Ninja. I've been to Southern California, and just ask SoCal Ninja. I'm the guy that, there's SoCal Ninja saying absolutely. And the SoCal Ninja people that come on here, he's quite a regular. I'm seeing things in this SoCal Ninja person. He's got something's going on with that guy where he seems to have a lot of legitimacy. And I got a funny feeling on SoCal Forest Ninja. It sounds funny, but the things he says are not humorous so much as I take them very seriously. And he seems to be, I'm smelling legitimacy. I smell some truth in what he's saying. So we'll see, right? We'll see. So, and good luck to you guys. You know, only you know if you're doing real legit work. And if you are, thank you. Sincerely, thank you. Because it's hard. I know. It's hard. So, hey, man, did you ever get around to sending me my audio to Todd? So I'm sure we'll do that. You know what? It's not really I'm just so behind with stuff right now and working so hard to get footage this year. So, hey, Todd, does Sasquatch in your current research area look like Jake? I did that already. Congratulations. Woody Bogger Farm, love your channel. Thanks, Sammy Chicken. He was asking somebody else. So, Todd, it seems that Sasquatch subject is becoming more and more popular with encounters coming forward. Could this mean the Bigfoot discovery reveal is coming? Angel Cartagena. So I was just reading a question from a lady named Angel, and she said, "What's going on? Is the discovery coming closer?" I hope you guys can hear me. I see myself right now. New Zealand, frick, Australia, New Zealand, New York, Scotland. This is so cool doing this show. That's amazing. So, there's a good question. I hope this unfreezes right away. I really want to ask that. So, anyways, to the answer to the Angela lady, I sure hope the discovery is coming. I think the discovery is coming. I hope it is. So it's been hard. I got a lot left in me, though. I'm not going anywhere, and we're back. I did. I want this to be real, but the similarities are too undeniable. Okay. It's really to hear about it. Good. So somebody just said, here it is. Jeff says, "Are Bigfoot afraid of dogs? Have you taken any out there with you, or is it too much trouble for you to take care of them while searching?" Well, Jeff, I have a beautiful Roddy. I love and adore her. She's awesome around. We've been around bears and mountain lions. She's to the point now where she can smell a mountain lion. She can smell a bear. She doesn't know the scent of a Sasquatch, and when Sasquatch come around, she loses her mind. She freaks out. She acts very strange, and the Sasquatch are absolutely 0.0% afraid of her. I think when they upset her, when she gets pissed, weird and disorientated, and when she acts strange, I think they enjoy that. They're not afraid of dogs. They're not afraid of wolves. They're not afraid of bears. They're not afraid of mountain lions. They're certainly not afraid of me. So, I've seen quite the opposite. That they have absolutely no fear of dogs whatsoever. And I'm very convinced of that. I don't take my dog out anymore because it's hard. Like she's I'm a huge dog person. I love my beautiful Ari. She's a member of my family. She's a beautiful purebred Rottie. And to see her suffer like that, and yeah, and nights are hard on her, and it's just hard. So I've seen nothing but disadvantage to it. I went out there with her because I wanted to show off to the Sasquatch that, hey, look, I got this wolf that's the same color as a black bear following me around, and I wanted to show them how much of a wonderful friendship and camaraderie I have, because my Ari and I could walk with that dog in downtown New York City and she'd stand right by my side. She's immensely disciplined, brilliantly intelligent, just an incredible, amazing dog. She's the best dog I've ever had. She's just absolutely perfect for me and my family. And yeah, and she's really scared around them, and that hurts my heart. So I don't want to have her live in fear. So Attar, my brother, hello friends, peace and blessings to you too. Thank you for coming on, sir. Wonderful to have you be such a wonderful part of our cooperation. Attar, Amanda wants to speak with you, and we want to get you more involved in stuff, sir. So I need your help, and I look forward to continue to work with you. Love, SoCal Ninja. And Sammy Chicken, you've been fun today. Todd, do you think they're meaning Sasquatch caught by agencies transfer them to... Do you think that menacing Sasquatch caught by agencies transfer them to the Navajo region? Ooh, man, that's some deep conspiracy stuff. And like, I don't even, I can't even answer that. Absolutely, I sure hope not, and I wouldn't think so. But absolutely no idea. So, yeah, you're welcome, SoCal Ninja. He said just thanks means a lot. I don't know. I call him like I see him. I'm going to keep doing that. Deep South Florida, America here. My question, will a female Bigfoot mate and stay with other female Bigfoot? You can use descriptive words, but our adults here are okay. So he's asking me, will a female Bigfoot mate and stay with other female Bigfoot? You mean lesbian activity? I have no knowledge of that whatsoever. But you know what I can tell you, Rotten Josh, is recently they've seen homosexual activity amongst male gorillas. Absolutely. So, and it's been really documented quite significantly amongst gorillas now. So, if gorillas can be homosexual, then, really what I'm going to say is, after knowing gay men and women and understanding the psychology and the brain science behind it, people are born a certain way. I hope this doesn't enrage anybody, but I've met gay people. They're gay. They don't have a choice any more than I have a choice to be heterosexual. They're literally born that way. They think that way. They don't want to be gay any more than I want to be heterosexual. They are that way. They're programmed that way by nature. And and there's no reason a Sasquatch wouldn't do that, right? So when you're born that way, you're programmed that way, you are that way. So, that's what I have to say about that. Portland, Oregon here. I love Oregon. Beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful place. The coast is amazing. Are Sasquatches losing their fur and getting these winter coats? No. And if so, will that make them more real proof for courts? No, they have hair. They don't have fur. They have hair just like human beings. So what happens with you as a human being in the wintertime is the same thing what happens to a Sasquatch. Their hair doesn't get thicker. Or maybe a follicle would get thicker. I don't actually know that. What I know for certain, because I haven't done detailed studies on it, but a hair is a hair. In gorillas, in humans, that's the way I was taught to view it. They have hair just like we have hair. They just have hair all over their body. So, or no, I have hair all over my body. Human beings have follicles, even if it's not. Anyways, long story short, no. But just real Sasquatch hair is real Sasquatch hair. And if you get a hair, John, this is John Navarrick. If you get a hair, man. It's awesome. Call me. Steve S., what state did this happen in? Thank you for asking that, Phil. We can hear you. Thank you, Attar. Todd, you ever heard Conversations with David Pilati? Yes, I have, Phil. And I know I was involved with one of the conversations with David Pilati. It was absolutely authentic. but I'm not interested in studying 411 type topics where Sasquatch are injuring or hurting people. I just don't want to do that. So I have to study them. I have to research with them. And there are bad Sasquatch out there. There are bad people out there. There are bad dogs out there, bad cats, good cats, you know. So Amanda's asking me to hit the like button. There's Maine. Chip, how's it going, my friend? Love Maine. Have you ever heard them call to one another? This is Dan Priest. Yes, absolutely. Well, can I say that 100%? I've heard two individuals call from two different directions. So I heard one call from over here and one call from over here. And I've heard, you know, definitive, like, that sounds like a male, that sounds like a female, that sounds like a bigger one, that sounds like a smaller one. But were they calling to each other or were they calling to me? And I think the answer to that is they were calling to me. Just earlier, somebody mentioned that they show themselves to people. And I'm telling you, there's not one time I've been out in Sasquatch habitat where I've heard them make calls where they weren't aware of my presence. So even though they were in two different, directions, I'm very convinced that those calls were two different individuals calling to me. I can't ever remember. There's one time I can think of off the top of my head. I've had a lot of stuff happen with Sasquatch, so I apologize. But I heard what I believe is two males fighting or beginning to fight and then fighting. And I heard them screaming at each other. And so they were screaming at each other. So that would be a case of that. But you see how these awesome questions you guys ask me lead to these really super cool answers? Because you guys are amazing. These questions are awesome. So, hey, Todd, do you think menacing Sasquatch caught about the commercial break there, guys? Get a few more questions. I'm not short show today, guys. I just got lots to do, and but you guys are so awesome. So, fish and chips sign behind you looks. How about that? Sorry, that's funny. Sorry about that. Atar, we always take woods walks, and at nighttime, it's our tradition. Cool. Yeah, it is a cool tradition. Hey, people, you can't help who love now. Gals, gorilla, don't prove that theory. That I don't know what to tell you. You just my thoughts on it. What's this one? Hey, people, you can't help who love now gay gorillas. Our Bigfoot in South Carolina? I don't know that. I don't know. Sorry, if somebody else could answer Kelly's question. I have no knowledge of that. So many, there's 50 states in the United States. So much going on out there. I can't even imagine how much time it would take me to go through all the states in the United States and figure out if Sasquatch are there. I've heard of people saying yes, but don't know. That was supposed to say gorillas do support the theory that you cannot help who you love. Yeah, Mally Tanner, thank you. Agreed. Thought I had a close encounter as a kid at my grandfather's camp. I'm still turning it in my head. My brother thinks I did. Well, Steven, let me hear about it. So I love hearing about people's potential encounters. I sit down with them, I talk to them, I work through it. And you know what? I'll tell them, I was the bear. A lot of times, though, when they can't figure things out, it threw a rock at me, it had wide shoulders, it didn't have any ears on its head, it did this and that and this, and there were multiple individuals, and all these things add up to, that was a Sasquatch. And if you're telling me the truth, when someone sits down with me and says it threw a rock, there was two of them, there were tree breaks, they give all these little tidbits of information. It's different with every person, right? I mean, there's 100 different things I can identify that only a Sasquatch do. And I'll delve into it. I'll ask other questions. Where were you previously? How many times were you there? Tell me about the area. How familiar are you with the area? What's your past experience in the area? Blah, 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 blah. And I'll break it all down. I mean, I've talked to hunters where the Sasquatch have been following him and watching him for years. One of these guys who had these Sasquatch doing stuff with them, one day they found a dead deer, broken neck, laid over a tree on his way out. He's like, I didn't get a deer, and then something put a deer, and you know, you add all these things up, and I'm talking, I'm like, dude, the Sasquatch love you. So, and they can love hunters. Why not? They're hunters. I've got tons of hunters that have called me and said the coolest things. Like one day, the deer kept getting herded towards me, and It was like shooting fish in a barrel. This has happened 3 or 4 times. Then, we investigate more and more. It was a Sasquatch. The Sasquatch were herding freaking deer toward this deer hunter because they like him. It's that cool. There are that many incredible, amazing stories that I've heard that are just mind-blowing, right? So there's really no limit to the amazing things that the Sasquatch do. It goes on and on and on. It's so impressive, just so impressive, all the things they do. It's always like that with me. I remember like often I'm TV shows and Discovery Channel and History Channel are always trying to get me to do like Survivor Man, do my own TV show, which I am agreeable to do and I would like to do, but they always want you to write a script for the show. And Survivor Man taught me this. He goes, just write some garbage up, and because when you out there and you're really doing stuff like Survivor Man, you can't write a freaking script. You don't know what the hell is going to happen, right? So, that's what I can't do. So I'll write up a script. I'm going to do this, and I expect this to happen, but it's all garbage. As I would say, the truth of the way this discovery is working is they're the boss and they're the show. And what they do, it doesn't matter what I write, I guarantee you, and I tell this to people all the time, what they're going to do is going to blow far better than anything I could write. That's how awesome and amazing they are. And the point of that is, what an incredible, amazing species. So much respect and admiration for these individuals. So, yeah, I'm just going to do a few more questions, guys. This has been an awesome show. You guys are amazing. They're very intelligent creatures, that's for sure. I couldn't agree with you more, Frank. Brilliant teachers of mine. They're my teachers. Mac the Knife. Todd, I've heard that Sasquatch have translucent hair, not fur. Or is it their skin that catch the sunlight, making them more camouflage? None of that really sounds right to me. Their hair is their hair. In Jeff Meldrum's pamphlet, that amazing pamphlet that he has, I highly recommend it. It's brilliant. Jeff Meldrum is brilliant. And he talks about the morphology and the physicalities of a hair of a Sasquatch and how to identify it. And I strongly agree with his findings, and I support them 100% from my own experience. I have a light microscope that I can use to identify hair from fur and Sasquatch hairs from human hairs. So ravens help elk hunters locate herds so they can get leftovers. Yeah. Ravens help elk hunters locate the herds. How would a raven? I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense to me, North Olympics, because if ravens are identifying where a herd is, that's because there's been a kill. And if there's been a kill, the herd is bailing the hell out of there. So I notice ravens when there's been a kill, and when ravens get real crazy, there's a big kill. It's probably an elk or a deer, right? And there's really I'm getting to the point now where I can recognize raven sounds and crow sounds that will identify different things to me, like a small mammal killed, like a bear or a rabbit. A crow makes a certain sound, and I haven't got ravens pinned down for that yet, but crows a lot more so. But anyways, that, I don't know, it doesn't sound like a great theory for me at this point. And again, as always, I could be wrong, but I have to think about that. And you guys are giving me these brilliant questions. They're pounding me. And sometimes I need to get out in the bush and let my wilderness experience and brain sort of take over. Has anyone else Sammy Chicken, it gets frozen. I apologize. I have them steal my deer. I had them steal my deer. And there you go, Dan Priest, right? So are you from Southern California, Frank? Yes, Sammy. The feed is stopping and starting a bit right now. It should clear up shortly. Thanks, Amanda. Do Bigfoot react to music? I don't know, Jeff. Again, this is going to be an individual taste, right? Some are not, some are. I don't know. I haven't had enough information to make me able to see whether or not that's the case. So, and I'm definitely not, I'm on the fence about that. Actually, I'm leaning towards not music, to be honest. So always respect the Sasquatch, be respectful. You will only see the Sasquatch if they let you see them. And yeah, so I agree with that. So will you be in Washington for the Sasquatch Summit? No, Ashley. Yeah, no. I enjoyed the Sasquatch Summit. That was the only Bigfoot conference I've ever been to. But I went when I called. John was going. Jeff was going. And then, they were asking me to go be the keynote speaker, and then I talked to Survivor. Well, then I went there and I agreed to go there. I told Survivor Man, and then he showed up. So, and I had lots going on. I had some big information coming out at that time, some DNA stuff. So, but no, I won't be at the Sasquatch Summit this year, for sure not. I'd probably like to start doing my own little Sasquatch kind of conference, but one where I go from town to town. I have an idea for that I would like to do, so I wouldn't miss an episode. Thanks. Demunize. It should only be, and the camera guy. Thanks. Todd streams always freezes up from time to time. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, guys. Be patient, though. We deal with commercials on TV and stuff. And I love talking to you guys. You guys have so many amazing questions. Was Discovering Bigfoot 2 coming out? I haven't even started post-production on it. All those names at the end of a movie? I have to do all that. And I have so much crazy stuff going on in my life right now. I want to get to work on that, but I have so much. And it's not done. It's not ready. I need new footage. And what if I don't get it? I don't know. It's it's crazy. I have a good plan for new footage, but I don't know if it's going to work. And I have a lot of faith. I have a lot of hope. And I know in myself, and I believe I can do it. So, and everything's gone really well this year. So, is it a bad idea to lock eyes? Yes, I would think so. Yeah, I don't do that. Don't lock eyes with them. There's lots of other things you can do. Remember, you got to be humble about an encounter with a Sasquatch, right? So, they don't like being stared at. I mean, you're talking about a species. We could just deduce certain things, right? Clearly, they don't like being stared at. They're highly elusive, right? So, staring at them is going to be a bad thing. I don't think any animal likes being stared at, and Sasquatch are intelligent beings. So, and you gotta be coy, you gotta be humble, you gotta show them you're relaxed, show them you're calm, show them your serenity. That's what's going to get you good success in my experience. So staring at them is not going to do a good thing. Watching their feet, watching their bodies, smiling, don't show your teeth, smile, be calm, show patience, eat something on the ground. That's what I do. So that's what gorilla experts, chimpanzee experts, that's what they do. So just a few more questions there, guys. Do you think they came across the Bering Strait? Yes, Chris. That's my theory. Sure. Yeah, long time ago. Only true researchers will understand the Sasquatch is so in tune with the wilderness and its habitat. That's why people think they're supernatural. Agreed. 100%. I'm new to your channel. Have you written a book, or do you plan to write one? I have my movies. I'm extremely proud of the 4 episodes of Survivor Man Bigfoot I did with Les Stroud. And a book. I love Jeff Meldrum's pamphlet. I don't recommend a book yet. Whoa, what's going on? Zoom in. Oh no. Okay, there we go. And I love that movie that I did, and I'm very proud of it. And the Survivor Man Bigfoots are amazing. Watch Survivor Man, just the show. The guy is brilliant. He's a genius. I can't say enough good things about Les Stroud. He's amazing. Watch Beyond Survival, just because it's amazing. It doesn't have anything to do with Bigfoot, but it has to do with love of wilderness. And that's one of my favorite shows of all time, was Survivor Man's Beyond Survival series. He just did 1 season of it. It was amazing, just amazing. Where he meets the masters of survival and starts learning their craft before it's gone, before the past is swept away. That's the catch line to it. That's what he does. He goes out and meets masters of survival all over the world in cool places and learns what they're doing, because what they're doing in their methods of survival and living in that culture are dying away, So, okay, just one more question here, guys. So, Delicate, okay, guys, I'm back from the freezing. Okay, hi, Todd. Tracked a Bigfoot in upstate New York as a child in fresh snow. He let us know when we got too close. Found tracks in Green Lake St. Park this spring after sightings. Great videos. Still tracking. Congratulations, Gerald. So, wow, that's really cool. If you mind reporting that to, bigfootencounter@gmail.com, I sure would appreciate that. So, thanks for asking my questions. You're welcome, Mac Life. I'm very honored. Todd, Sasquatch is the busiest nocturnally. when are you going to take the highest quality FLIR thermal? Wouldn't that be a highly effective? You know what? When I'll do that, DJ Nassar, when I get $50,000 to get the highest quality FLIR camera. I don't have $50,000, so it's a lot of money, and yeah, there's other ways I would spend it before getting that camera. I have FLIR thermal vintage of a Sasquatch. It's amazing. Amazing. People didn't even bump about it. I don't hear much talk about it. It's just people are just like, whatever. So, okay, one more. I said one more question, one more again. Would pushing deer towards a hunter be a way of keeping him from going deeper into Sasquatch territory, and that hunter will leave after a kill? It's a pretty smart theory. So what this person is, Splash Bordeaux, is saying is pushing a deer towards a hunter would be a way from keeping him from going deeper into Sasquatch territory. Yeah, I never thought of that. Brilliant. So I always thought it was, but you see what, the reason I never thought of that was because the people that were getting the success, there were things that the Sasquatch were doing that showed a respect and admiration for the hunter. So, but you could be absolutely right. You could be totally right. So, but these hunters too, they weren't, all of them had their, the tree stands. So the deer were pushed towards the tree stands. So these hunters weren't, a hunter will go back and again to his tree stand, right? His tree stand's there for a reason. So they weren't hiking deeper into any territory, and the deer were pushed towards them. But that doesn't create less validity to what you're saying. I think that's a very smart perspective, and I really appreciate that. So the fish and chips are $11.50. Thank you. I ate sushi today, though. Won't your Bigfoot troop let you film them? That's from Smiley Dude. Absolutely not. It's so hard. Man, it's so hard. I'd like that, but nope, they won't let me film them. Yeah, that's the only thing I have to say about that. You should, Todd. I'll be there later for sure. Thanks, Frank. So I'm in Vancouver, everybody. Thank you very much thanks, Frank, Attar, you better be a mediator on here. How do I make you a mediator? Oh, no, you are a moderator. Okay, I'm just making sure Attar's a moderator. That's fantastic. Slurp, my mother witnessed Orange's Sasquatch 1984 near Florida. She said it was dragging its leg. I've noticed this a few other sightings. Is this common, dragging its leg? No, not that I know of. Florida's, man, that terrain is so different, though. They call the skunk ape out there, and man, that's a whole different world. Beautiful. In the Everglades? Oh my God. If you haven't been to the Everglades, shocking how beautiful it is in real life. I was stunned. There's no mountains, it's flat, it's like a swamp. One of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. People go crazy and live out there. They go out there once and go crazy and live out there because they're so in awe by the beauty, and I thought, why? It's a swamp. I could see that. It's that gorgeous. So, will they ever discover Bigfoot? Yes. So, yeah. Anyways, I got to go, peeps. All these awesome questions I didn't get to. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Todd, have you been able to figure out any words that Sasquatch repeat? Absolutely not. Never seen any evidence of a word. Good question. They're not even making sound. They different sound, different move. They're so different all the time. Is just different all the time. Always changing. Very few, to no patterns. And yeah, so I've got basically one pattern I'm relying on to get footage this year. I've talked about it before, and you'll see it in the documentary if I succeed, which I expect to. There's one pattern I've seen in them. I'm going to use that pattern to get footage this year. If they do it again, which they have 3-4 times, I've succeeded with it. So that's all for today, everybody. My God, thank you so much. Yeah, thanks so much, guys. DiscoveringBigfoot.org is my website. Is there going to be a chat room tonight, Phil? And don't forget the like button. Thank you. Please share. Come back next week, everybody. I'm DiscoveringBigfoot.org. And Amanda, is there a chat room tonight? I want to pop that up there. Yes, chat room tonight, everybody. DiscoveringBigfoot.org. Just go to the chat room, have a chat with Phil and Amanda. Tara will probably be there. And yeah, I can't go there tonight. I'm going to go have the fish and chips. No, I already ate. I'm going back out in the wilderness tonight. And there's the link for it, discoveringbigfoot.net. Really? Live chat? Okay, anyways, but you go to discoveringbigfoot.org and you can get there. That's what I do. My Amanda and Phil are awesome at handling all this stuff. So thank you guys so much. Thumbs up to all you guys. Awesome. Have a wonderful week. There will not be a Saturday video, unfortunately, but I'll be back. I'm pretty sure I'll be back next Wednesday. In fact, 95% chance I'll be back next Wednesday, okay? Y'all take care. Thanks so much for tuning in. Awesome questions, guys. We'll see you next week.